Hey everyone. Now in my car here, the Tesla, I've got an upgraded stereo. And I don't just mean a Tesla manufacturer's stereo, I mean I've got a couple of amps in the boot and a couple of subs to really give it some power. Now what's been happening over time is initially it was fine, but as of about a year ago or so, when I crank the stereo up really loud, one of the amps shuts down, and it stays shut down until I reset it, essentially by turning the car off and on as I stop and leave the car. So it comes good, but it dies in the first place. And that'll be because the 12 volts is dropping and it's sensing that and getting upset and just waits until it's been reset. So what I'm going to do is change the 12 volt battery. I've been thinking about on and off for a while changing that battery for a better one, not the Tesla standard one, but I've just kept with it and just avoided cranking it up to full volume. But now I've got a warning on the dashboard saying that the 12 volt battery needs replacing, so even the car's not happy with that battery anymore. So rather than deal with Tesla, which is best to avoid whenever you can, I've finally gone ahead and bought the lithium battery to replace it with. But I'll show you what's happening first, just to give you an idea of what it's actually like to experience. Okay, so I'll do it at a reasonable volume that won't shut it down, just to give you an idea of what sound will do it when I do make it shut down. So right about now, bass. Big bass there. Probably distorted through this. Big bass there. Now I'm going to turn it up, which while I'm stationary, it sounds extremely loud, but when you're driving, of course, you want it up much louder. So I'll turn it right up. It's going to be loud. That's loud. It will shut down. Soon. Fuck, it usually does it by now. Of course, that's just made a complete liar out of me. Usually at that volume, which is 10.5, that shuts down by then. But it didn't. But it does. So just trust me. I'm going to make it fail. Alright, that's made a total liar out of me, but I'm not lying. It does shut down. So what I might do is I'll go for a drive, and I know it happens, trust me, it happens, and I've had it happen on the standstill as well when I've done it like this. But I'll go for a drive and just have a dash cam running and prove that it just shut down. Just so I'm not talking shit here. There it goes. Okay, that's what happens. So even though it's the sub amp that causes it, it's the other amp that actually dies. So I've still got bass going, but the other amp's died. So what I'll do is I'll go back home and I'll continue what I was doing. Okay, so I just got home after that, and while it's still in its fault condition, I'll take the cover off and have a look. So this is the sub amp that's still going. It's got a power light. This one hasn't. That being said, I can't actually see a power light on there anyway. But either way, that's the one that tripped out. So I can't actually see any spot where there is a power light on this one. So I can't tell if there's normally one anyway. But either way, that's what happens. And so when the remote wire that, tells these to come on, when that gets reset, that's when it comes good again. So if I leave the car off for a few minutes, that'll come back. Okay, so that's been going on for the last year or two, I suppose. But I've just kind of lived with it. But as of a week ago, I've got these warnings here about the 12 volt battery. So it's time to change the 12 volt battery, so I thought it's a good time to upgrade to that lithium one. Another reason I'm going with a third party for the battery is because I don't want to deal with Tesla, because their service is just beyond fucking shithouse. Okay, but that's a story for another video. So what I'll do is I'll wait for the battery, which should get here any day now, and then I'll go through the procedure of changing the 12 volt out. Okay, and just after I finish saying that, the battery arrived. Now I ordered it on a Wednesday and it got here the next Wednesday, so that's pretty good. They fly them out from America to Australia, so it didn't take long to get here. Alright, so here's the battery. And the first thing you notice is it weighs nothing. So anyway, that's how it gets here. So I'll just open it up. They actually flew this out from America, so it got here pretty quick, in about a week or so. Alright, so what have we got? Something else, more shit. I think there's a battery in here, there it is. Alright, there's a battery. Okay, so this is what's written on it, because I'm sure you want to know. Model S battery. 12 volt, 38 hours, for your warranty apparently. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. It really does weigh nothing. It's maybe it's all the vegetarian fucking soy Tesla owners can lift it. Anyway, there it is, so I'm going to put it in the car. Actually, before I do any of this, I'll have a quick measure of the voltage to see what it arrived here with. 13.2. Cool. Alright, let's go. Okay, first step, windows are down so I can get back in if something happens. Open the front. Alright, now pull this Lego set apart. Rip that bit off. Hand in there, but anyway. Here's the breaker for the car stereo. It's coming off with it. There's a button in there if you get stuck in there. Miss that off. Alright, here we go. Alright, now these bolts are 10mm. I've got no fancy drill. I've got to do it the old school way. I can see Tesla have already chewed on these at some point. These clips up. I'm going to shove these cables in as I pull that up. That should be right. Alright. Pull them from the other side. Okay, that's them out the way. Alright, that should come out. There we go. Here's some of the shit that's in here. I can hear something making noise over there. Piss this off. Alright, now I've arrived at the battery, which given by the PB on here, shows it's a lead battery. Anyway, I'm going to piss that off. Alright, I've got to shut this thing down. So where is it? Safety and security. Power off. Are you sure you want to turn the power off? That's what I said. Place foot on brake to turn power back on. Yeah, okay. Power off. Okay, now the car's off. Got to disconnect the high voltage loop up. Jeez, they don't give you much here. How the hell am I going to get that back on? Okay, I heard a couple of contactors go then, so that's out. Now I've got to take the terminal off. Normally you just do it there, but I've got to take that lug and fit it in that new battery, so I'm actually going to do both. I'm going to take this off first, and then I'll take that out and put it on the battery. So I'll do it like that. Negative first in case something hits something. I don't want to lose that bloody thing. Oh, and of course it's round there now. Planning. Fucking brain surgeons. Well, that part was anyway. Okay, there's the positive. Oh, it's a bloody nylock thing, which means it's going to be tied all the way up. Alright, break it off. Alright, now I assume this weighs more than the other one. Yes, it does. This doesn't even feel like there's a battery in here, but there is. So anyway, I'm going to put that terminal on that I took off the negative side. I want that to tighten up as it gets to where it is. Should be right. And that one's in the car. Alright, in with the new. It doesn't even feel like a battery. Okay, well, to me, unless that top nut can hold it right down, it's going to flop around. Because I've reached the end of the thread here. Or I'm not happy with that, so what I'm going to do is put a bit of this gym mat rubber underneath. Pack it up a bit. See how that goes. Otherwise that'll be too much now or something. Okay, that's better. That's not going to go anywhere now. Couldn't have it loose like it was before. Now it's tight as an nun's cunt, so it'll be alright. U-boot bolt. Somewhere in there. Like that. Should be good. Cover it up straight away. And apparently I've got to put the high voltage back on before this, which in America they have lots of hand space for it, but of course it's different over here. So anyway, I'll try and get that back on. Alright, now I've got to put the high voltage thing in before I put the negative terminal on. And unlike the American version, I've got no room to work here. And I've got to plug this into there, which I can't pull out, I can't reach. The shit's in the way. Alright, after much fucking around, I finally got the high voltage connector put back on. I just got a screwdriver with some tape over it to hold the bottom part up while I plug the top bit in. I heard it click. So now I've got to do the negative terminal and that should be it. Alright, here goes. Pull the arc a bit. Oop, clicking and stuff happening down there. Clicking and stuff happening over there. Let's see what else is happening. Okay, it's coming back to life. The screen just came on after the T thing. Big one hasn't come on yet, but I'm sure it will. I can hear pumps and things going in here. Obviously it's alive because 12 volt powers, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, that screen's still on. The other one's just coming on now. It's got the big T on the big screen. But I want to check it's all working before putting the car back together, because whenever you're working on something you want to make sure it's right? So should be right. Anyway, see how it goes. Okay, it seems to have come back to life, so I'll check it out in a minute and make sure, but at the very least the 12 volt battery warning has gone, of course, so seems okay. Alright, that'll work, so I've just got to put it back together while it's still in my head how I took it apart. So I won't bore you with that. It's just the reverse of what I did before, I guess. Alright, that's all done now, so I'm just going to turn it around, put it on the charge for a bit while it's sunny, and I'll give it a good test tonight when I go for a drive and see if it's any better. So I'll just let it settle down for the rest of the day and see how it goes later on. Yep. Still moves, still beeps like a fucking whinging cunt of a thing. See you soon. And still got those squeaky Tesla brakes, but it works. Might as well have a look at the voltage of this old one since I got it here. See what it was doing. 12.5, yeah, a bit low. Okay, anyway, it's changed, it's happy. I'm happy. Alright, time to take it for a drive. See how it goes. I don't feel like being deafened just now, so I'm just going to warm up my ears with something else. Work up to it. Alright, going for a drive now. I'll crank it up and hopefully the car won't explode. Right, that'll definitely kill it same volume that was fucking loud in the garage, but on the road with the windows down, it doesn't seem that loud, but well it is, it's that loud, everyone else tells me it's loud, so anyway, that works. So it's obviously, shut up, it's only been in for, you know, a few hours. I'll see how it goes over time, but at the moment it seems good. I've also got a sub control down the bottom here, which I've kept down a little bit. I used to keep that down just a little bit to turn the bass down so it didn't cut out. But I'll leave that up on full now, where it's supposed to be. I guess I didn't know. Alright, well I gave it a good test tonight and it worked fine. What would have definitely killed it before had no problem with tonight. So, you know, my ears are hurting and the kidneys are out of place, so it must be good. And also this was in the box that I didn't really pay much attention to, but I probably should have, because it's about the same size as the battery, so it's probably a spacer, which I could have used. But it doesn't matter, because the gym mat rubber that I used will be just fine. So anyway, that'll do for now. I'll put a link into the company I bought this from, which I don't think I've ever done in any of my videos actually for any product, but it seems to work and it's good, so I'll give them a bit of a shout out there. Anyway, that'll do. Till next time, take it easy.